Imagine tearing out your own eye, not in battle, not in pain, but in absolute willing choice. Think about the burning, the blinding, the profound, sickening loss. This is the act of Odin, the mighty Allfather, the chieftain of Asgard. He did exactly that, but why? Why would the most powerful, most revered deity in all of Norse mythology choose to mutilate himself? The answer is not about simple loss. It is darker, deeper, and far more powerful than most people realize. If you are new here, hit the like and subscribe button. Let's dive in. As many of us are unfamiliar with Odin, let's quickly recap on who he was. When we think of Odin, we picture him on his throne, overseeing the 9 realms. We see him as the war god, the master of the spear Gungnir, the father of the thunderer Thor. We see him leading the glorious fallen to the halls of Valhalla. But strip away the armor, the titles, and the battlefield glory, and you find his single defining trait: a crippling, insatiable hunger for wisdom. For Odin, knowledge was the ultimate non-negotiable power. It was the single currency worth more than all the gold, all the strength, and all the armies of the 9 realms combined. He was not just hungry for power. He was consumed by a desperate need to know the end of the story. He wanted to see the intricate clockwork of the universe, the past that shaped it, the present that defined it, and the terrifying future that awaited it. This cosmic obsession drove the Allfather, making him wander the dark corners of creation, seeking secrets that were not meant for mortal or immortal eyes. And his journey eventually led him to the one place where that forbidden wisdom flowed freely. But only for a price, a sacrifice. The stage for this sacrifice is set deep in the hidden, ancient roots of Yggdrasil, the immense world tree, the pillar that holds all of reality together. Here, in the deepest, most shadowed earth, flowed a mystical spring, Mimir's well, known throughout the cosmos as the Well of Wisdom. The legends told of its power. A single drop from this water granted not just knowledge, but total, unbroken access to the past, the present, and the potential future. It was a terrifying, beautiful treasure of the universe. But as with all things of true value, there was a keeper and a price. The well was guarded by the ancient being known as Mimir, the one who remembers. Mimir himself was full of the wisdom of the world, and he understood the fundamental rule of the cosmos. Wisdom is never free. It cannot be bartered for gold nor taken by force. When the Allfather Odin finally stood before the Guardian, he was not in a posture of command but of begging. He pleaded for a single, small drink. Mimir looked upon the highest of the gods and gave his solemn refusal. "You are worthy, Allfather, but I do not deal in free gifts. If you wish to look into the world's mirror, you must sacrifice something of equal, irreplaceable value." Odin paused, not out of hesitation but out of calculation. He thought of his spear Gungnir replaceable, his gold meaningless, his throne a temporary perch. And then he looked at his own face, the perfect vision of the world he already commanded. And Odin made the decision that separated him from every other god and man. He took a knife. He brought it to his face, and with a deep breath that was more pain than air, he gouged out his own eye, a beautiful living jewel, and dropped it, weeping blood, into the clear, dark waters of Mimir's well. Plink. That was the price. The exchange was made. Odin was allowed one drink, one single, profound draught of the water of knowledge that rushed into his mind, showing him not just the glorious victories of Asgard, but the terrible future of Ragnarok, the inevitable downfall of all he loved. Odin's sacrifice wasn't a failure of vision. It was a profound recalibration of it. By willingly losing the physical eye, he gained a far superior spiritual sight. The missing eye is not a sign of deficit, but a powerful symbol that wisdom demands a down payment. Think of the duality. The one eye that remains sees the physical, tangible world. The armies, the tables, the weather, the immediate threat. It sees what is. The wisdom he gained allows him to see the unseen, the spiritual currents, the complex strings of fate, the hidden truths, and the ultimate destiny of gods and mortals. It sees what will be. This act was the definitive moment that transformed Odin from a mere powerful warrior god into the Allfather, a guide who could navigate the 9 realms not by force, but by profound, strategic foresight. For the Vikings, this was the ultimate lesson. True power is not about the blunt force of the axe. It's about the wisdom to know when and where to strike, and to recognize when the greatest strength lies in sacrifice and knowledge. And this is where Odin's story leaves the pages of myth and connects directly to your life and mine today. The one-eyed god teaches us that every single piece of valuable knowledge or skill comes with a sacrifice. You pay for it, one way or another. The student who earns the highest grade sacrifices sleep and social life for study. The athlete who wins the championship sacrifices comfort and free time for training and pain. The innovator who creates a groundbreaking product sacrifices capital, stability, and countless hours to a single vision. Every dream we chase, every summit we climb, has a price tag attached. The Allfather with his missing eye is a thunderous reminder that if you want the foresight to change your destiny, you must be willing to give up a part of your present self. So the next time you see a depiction of Odin, the mighty lord of Asgard with that one eye missing, remember, it wasn't weakness, it wasn't a loss, it was the ultimate price for the ultimate power. It was a trade that didn't diminish him but completed him, making him more than a king. It made him the Allfather. And speaking of ultimate, supreme rulers who paid a heavy price for their power, what about the king of the Greek gods, Zeus? He ruled the sky with thunder and lightning, but his secrets were far darker than you think. In our next episode, we dive into the true cost of Olympus's throne. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the subscribe button below and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next story. Let us know in the comments, what is the greatest sacrifice you've made for knowledge?